Something significant is happening in how people relate to technology, and you need to start paying attention. AI companions, AI girlfriends, and AI boyfriends are becoming emotionally relevant in people's lives in a way that feels deeper and more personal. What began as chatbots designed for conversation has evolved into something many users describe as comfort, companionship, and emotional presence. This shift isn't theoretical anymore. It's visible in forums, news reports, and first-hand accounts from people who are forming genuine attachments to these systems. In this video, we are going to delve into artificial intimacy and the rise of AI companions, and how this will have a huge impact on humans. Hi, I'm Eden, and on this channel, I explore advancements in artificial intelligence, alongside the philosophy, psychology, and cultural shifts. Over the past year, usage of AI companion platforms has grown rapidly, especially among younger adults navigating loneliness, isolation, and social fatigue. Many users spend hours a day talking to a single AI character, sharing their thoughts, routines, fears, and hopes. These conversations feel responsive, attentive, and emotionally tuned. For people who feel overlooked or misunderstood in their offline lives, the experience can feel grounding. The AI listens without interruption, responds without judgment, and adapts continuously to the user's emotional patterns. Recent reporting has shown how strong these attachments can become. Some users describe distress when AI models are updated and their companion's personality shifts, language changes, or emotional tone feels different. People talk about mourning the loss of something that once felt familiar. Others describe feeling rejected or disconnected when an AI no longer responds in the same way. These reactions aren't exaggerated for effect. They reflect how emotionally immersive these systems have become and how deeply people integrate them into their daily lives. This trend is especially visible in online communities centered around AI relationships. Subreddits dedicated to AI boyfriends and girlfriends are filled with detailed stories about long conversations, emotional milestones, and shared routines. Users talk about anniversaries, inside jokes, and the comfort of consistency. The language used mirrors how people describe human relationships, even though the interaction exists entirely through software. For many, these spaces feel safer than traditional dating or social environments, especially after repeated experiences of rejection or emotional exhaustion. At the same time, these platforms raise serious questions about privacy and vulnerability. Several AI companion apps have experienced data leaks, exposing deeply personal conversations and private images shared by users who believed their interactions were confidential. These incidents reveal how intimate these relationships have become and how much emotional trust users place in systems that are ultimately controlled by companies, servers, and policies beyond their view. The risk isn't abstract. It's tied directly to how much of someone's inner life is being shared and stored. Psychologists and researchers are actively studying the emotional impact of long-term AI companionship. Early findings suggest mixed outcomes. Some users report reduced loneliness and a sense of emotional support, especially during difficult periods. Others show increased withdrawal from human relationships, heightened dependency, and difficulty navigating real-world emotional complexity after prolonged use. These effects vary widely depending on the individual, their mental health, and how the AI is integrated into their life. What's important to understand is that AI companions are optimized for emotional engagement. They are trained on vast amounts of human language, emotional cues, and conversational patterns. They learn what reassures a specific user, what language feels comforting, and what responses keep the conversation going. Over time, the interaction becomes highly personalized. This creates a feedback loop where the AI feels increasingly attuned, while the user feels increasingly understood. This doesn't mean users are confused or delusional. Most people interacting with AI companions are fully aware that the system isn't human. The emotional experience, however, operates on a different level. Humans are wired to respond to language, attention, and emotional reciprocity. When those signals are present consistently, the brain responds accordingly. The attachment forms through experience, not belief. The broader cultural context matters here. Many people are navigating economic stress, social fragmentation, and digital overload. Traditional pathways to connection feel harder to access. Dating apps are exhausting. Social spaces feel performative. Work consumes time and energy. In that environment, AI companionship offers something predictable and emotionally available. It fits neatly into busy schedules and fragmented lives. This is why the conversation around artificial intimacy is accelerating. It sits at the intersection of technology, psychology, economics, and culture. It forces us to ask how emotional needs are being met in a world where human connection is increasingly mediated by screens and systems. It also raises questions about responsibility, design choices, and long-term impact as these tools become more advanced and more emotionally convincing. What we're witnessing is an early signal of how relationships, intimacy, and emotional support are being reshaped by artificial intelligence. The implications will continue to unfold as these systems become more lifelike, more personalized, and more integrated into everyday life. Understanding this shift now matters because it's already influencing how people relate to themselves, to others, and to technology. Artificial intimacy isn't something that's coming in the future. It's already shaping how people experience connection right now. The more emotionally convincing these systems become, the more important it is to understand what kind of relationships we're practicing and what they're teaching us to expect. So, what starts to feel normal when technology mediates intimacy?